today on CKNW, you talked about the fact that you got a briefing from finance ministry officials following the election, found out about the $1.1 billion revenue hole. Said the same thing to the Chamber of Commerce today. Then yesterday you talked about the fact that you knew during the election that revenues were under pressure. So what I'm wondering is why all this information is coming out now? Why are you talking about this now?
Well, I think there's obviously a tremendous interest in sort of the timelines and what happened when. But throughout the entire election campaign, we had no information that would suggest that our budget plan as we tabled it in February was not doable. And, you know, as I indicated, you know, the Deputy Minister in the middle of the campaign had mentioned to me that there were pressures on the revenue side that might indicate a decline of maybe $200 to $300 million. But we were also at the same time working on the expenditure side. So I knew from his comment that that $495 million deficit was still entirely doable, and that our fiscal plan as we tabled it in February was still intact. And it was only when the ministry officials actually ran the detailed assessment of revenue and expenditures that they were able to quantify the actual revenue decline, and that was what we became aware of in the briefings after the election.
Yeah, I understand all that, but I guess I'm still just wondering why all this information is coming out now, because obviously you're bringing it out now. You are the one who is telling everyone about these timing issues, and some people think that you're being proactive about this because there's FOIs in process that are going to force you to talk about these issues anyways. So I guess I'm wondering, again, why are you proactively bringing up these issues now?
Well, you know, there's a lot of innuendo has floated around. There is a lot of individuals, including the opposition, that have made scurrilous accusations that they cannot substantiate. And, you know, I felt that it's important to put the information out as I knew it. You know, at the time when I was informed that there was a revenue decline of potentially $200 to $300 million, or at least indicators of that, that didn't set off alarm bells for me, because I knew it was still manageable within the fiscal plan that we had tabled, and it actually would amount to about 0.5%. So just it's given the fact that there has been so much discussion and so much false innuendo that has come out, I felt it was important to put things out in terms of what the timeline actually happened, what I knew, when I knew it, and how we made decisions during that period of time.
One final question for you then. So why are you doing it gradually like this? You said, you know, some of that during budget lockup yesterday. You said some more about it on CKNW, and the Chamber echoing that message today. Why this sort of gradual process? I might call it Chinese water torture.
Well, it's interesting because, you know, you put out a piece of information just to make sure that that's on the public record, and, you know, obviously it would, like I felt, that it would help deflect some of the scurrilous accusations that have been made. And I guess that sort of leads to more curiosity. So, you know, I'm trying to be as open and as upfront as I can.
So this has nothing to do with FOIs in process or anything like that?
No, in fact, you know, I've invited FOIs. People can FOI everything, and because, you know, I think that what it will show is that what we have set out is in fact factual.